A lot of people just remember the marijuana use. But there was something that happened before that got this all started. You went into a depression. Something happened in 2015 when you were struck by James Harden. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I was coming back off an injury, off a hand injury. I think it was like the 8th game I had been back, and I had been out for like 30 games. So I'm kind of just getting my feet back, and I started playing well. I had a great start to this game in Houston, and it was really a freak accident. He was coming down off a rebound. I was going up. My eye landed in his elbow, and it flew out the back of my eye. I laid on the ground for way too long, way too long. Once I was addressed by the staff, and this is like, honestly, the sad thing is I'm not really surprised by the treatment. I was, escorted to the training table just to go to sleep or whatever. I was told to put my clothes on and go home.
Really?
Yeah. Luckily, my ex-wife told me not to go to sleep, and that I could be concussed and it can induce different
concussion. They didn't do any kind of.
They did no testing. They did no testing. They did no protocol, no anything. I'm the marquee player. I'm the highest paid player on the team at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is and they would do certain things. Ever since I was a rookie, up until that point, they would do certain things if you were sick. They were like punishment tactics. Like, okay, you got a migraine or mental. Okay, so do 1,000 push-ups and 1,000,000 sit-ups, and okay, your legs work even though your arms don't. So we're gonna make you. Everything was so. It was all these tactics. So anyway, so I wasn't addressed. I wasn't handled right. The next day they sent me to get an X-ray. I blew out my eye. They blew out my orbital. I broke the bone. I need to get surgery right away. The meat is lodged in between, some that could have been addressed and maybe should have been addressed last night. But then it happened. And then I just went home. I saw the medical staff. I think I had maybe one conversation with the Bucks, and I was home and the season was over. And then the NBA comes knocking on my door and says, "Hey, you're going to rehab." Because we tested you, your marijuana use is up. And yeah, my marijuana use did go up because I'm not taking these pills. I'm not taking all the stuff you give me for the eye, the pain medicine. You know what I mean? I started to use marijuana at a high level, but then, my anxiety is high. My depression is high. So with all these different physical traumas and things we go through as players, they all ultimately result in a head injury. Mm-hmm. Because that's where all our nerve endings end. So there's mental therapy as well as physical therapy that need to go along with everything. And I actually had a head injury. You know what I mean? So it was just so much that wasn't done, and it's not even like seen. It's kind of it's ignored. And when I understood that the mental health of the players is ignored for, it's not like these guys don't go to therapy. It's not like my owner doesn't know what mental health is.
Yeah.
They know damn well what it is. They think you can't see it. You can't put ice on it. You know what I mean? A doctor can't diagnose you and say, hey, like an ankle sprain, and say, hey, you'll be back in 6 months.
Larry, the anxiety and depression. Was this before you got into the NBA? Were you diagnosed with depression? How did you know this was happening? What was happening along the way?
Well, I've dealt with anxiety in my life, and depression, no, sadness, but that was the lowest I felt. You know what I mean? After that eye injury and how I was in Milwaukee, I never.
Afterwards, that led to that. Or was it the injury itself?
I think the injury definitely induced it, for sure. Okay. Because even though I was in a struggling place and I had come back from another injury, I was still in a much hopeful. I was in a better place as far as my, how I saw my basketball career, how I was handling my life, how I was moving around. Like I'm stationary with my eyes swollen. My head, I got a headache. I'm smoking to make the pain go away. But now I'm worried about the NBA finding me and suing me, and they did. They ended up finding me 10 games for doing that. But they don't ask any questions. Nobody's saying like, why?
Why? That's
why?
The reasons I want to talk to you. I'm happy that I'm talking to you about this because I remember, doing these stories, and we get the headlines, and we get the report from the NBA, Larry Sanders been suspended 10 games for violating the substance abuse policy in the NBA, whatever. And then we put that out there, and then people at home like, whoa, wow, what a waste. How come he can't just put down the weed for a while? So
right.
Basketball, but they don't really know everything that's going on with you. Now, was it something that you tried to talk to your team about getting you help for your anxiety and depression, talk to the NBA about, or did you just try and self-medicate, and that's probably the wrong way to do it?
No, actually, I tried the pills that the NBA gave me. You know, I tried different antidepressants. I tried different anxiety pills. Nothing worked. Nothing made me feel the way marijuana made me feel. And when I did use it at such a low level, because it wasn't like I was abusing it, and I knew my level. I knew what I needed, my dosage, you know, medically. You know what I'm saying? So when I used it like that, it was perfection. You know what I mean? I'm leading the league in blocks. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a high level and I'm working. I'm managing my life. You know, but there's no get to know. You know, and I think every person is different. I truly believe that. But that's a lot for a business to try to actually get to know every product. You know, like that's outside of the business model. You know what I mean? The business model is, this is production line. You know, if one chair is broken, we get another chair because we got a million chairs out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I think they see us mentally. Right. And you know, until that respect comes, and it's gonna come. You know, because guys are starting to stand up for it. You know, and push for certain things, and respect for their mental health. But a lot went into the pie when I made that decision, you know, and me as a youth wanted to do so much more, you know, and my hard calling to be creative, and knowing I would be fat, I would love to just do art and pick up trash on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's how my heart feels. I can feel purpose in that and feel fulfilled. So me being in that position, it was an easy decision because, you know, I have so many people who are tied to me financially. You know, the world is looking at me. You know. So,
you were like, okay, you're 26 years old, got all this potential, and you're gonna walk away from the NBA because the narrative was you're walking away because you want to smoke. That's what
right.
Heard those, you're seeing reporters like me, you're seeing analysts like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, and saying things. What was that like? How did that make you feel?
I mean, I think it's clickbait, and I think people don't really like. No one asks me a question, so you're not gonna know the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I put myself out there and I let you know, like, you'll get it, and if you can relate, you see the human in it, and kind of see how you would make the similar decision, whatever you can see that can break that barrier between that judgment of like whatever, however you feel. I think that opens the door, that makes the conversation, that makes people feel more comfortable with like making these type of decisions for their mental health, or taking it, you know, like taking things seriously, and not being afraid to stand up for whatever it is they feel. You know what I'm saying? Because the system ain't always right, man. The shit ain't always built for us. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you kind of gotta, when you smell the shit, kind of gotta like pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And like lay your own shit down. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, I understand that, but you also understand that, you know, society has their own rules, leagues have their own rules, and it's like a private enterprise. You know, it's not like a NBA, right?
So that's why.
But you have your decision as well. So I'm happy that you platform and other platforms get it out there to tell your side of the story instead of letting other people control the narrative and have misinformation that's out there that affects so many of us when it comes to that type of stuff.